The recently deceased Captain Morrowfield left his wealth and legacy to his competitor Captain Goldwind. Seeking to claim it, Goldwind has anchored along the Sword Coast, just south of Luskan, where the testament has pointed to an old manor. Unfamiliar with the countryside, the pirate captain looks to hire a group of daring adventurers to do the footwork for him. Pirates of the Sword Coast Act 1 is the first chapter in the Black Hand campaign written by Amurai Westgate. The module is written for a well-mixed party, and a rogue is highly recommended. Running this module solo with a level 14 wizard and the default story companions, I was able to complete this module, including all of the side quests, in 2 hours. This module is written to be played with a DM and provides DM notes throughout that can be used to help you run it. Before doing so, I highly recommend playing it solo to learn the basic storyline and quests. I promise not to have too many spoilers in this video, but since the footage is captured directly from my playthrough, a fair warning that you may see a few. With that said, let's dig in. First off, this module provides a very nice story that isn't front-loaded. Too many modules start you off needing to click through a dozen or more dialogues to get all of the quests before heading out on an adventure. This module paces the quest very well, and I never got bored clicking through the dialogue. Unfortunately, the author needs to proofread his work again. There were many places where the text was botched. Maybe I'm just being anal, but this always drives me nuts, and is the main reason I chose not to DM this for a pickup group. I don't want them to rate me based on someone else's typos. In addition to this, the module is locked, so I'm unable to load it up, go through, and change the module to not have these typos. In addition to the main storyline, this module provides a handful of optional quests as you explore the world. These were easy to pick up, and I was able to complete them without spending much extra time running around. One mistake I think this author, and many others frequently make, is to drop traps randomly through their maps that are difficult to spot. My rogue was almost always on search, has it maxed out, and has tons of perception equipment, and still was missing them. It is one thing to place them in areas with monsters, as they increase the challenge, but having web traps scattered throughout your swamp when no monsters are present is just annoying. I now have to sit around for 20 seconds before I can continue playing. Seriously, what is the point of these? I will say that not all of the traps in this adventure were poorly placed. In fact, many of the traps were very thematic and perfectly placed in my opinion. I really appreciated the detail the author spent adding in flavor text that explained how to avoid these traps. For the majority of this module, my character was able to simply steamroll through all of the monsters with no challenge. Except for one fight in the last dungeon with a group of monsters who had the Confuse ability, I was able to just leave my characters on auto-fight and not have to worry at all. I really hope the author will go back and add in some abilities and adjust the monsters' stats to increase their difficulty throughout. Perhaps this is a side effect of playing with a level 14 character, but the module didn't have a level recommendation. All in all, the module was very well done. Even with all the typos, the story was interesting and left me with a vested interest in Act 2. I rate the story at a 4, and I'm looking forward to Act 2, especially if I can get the author to DM it for me. As I previously noted, the module is extremely easy. I was able to leave my characters on auto-fight without having to worry. There was really only one spot that presented a challenge, and for this reason, I rate the challenge at a 2. I enjoyed this module. It didn't drag on too long, the side quests gave me reasons to explore the maps, and the flavor text didn't feel forced. With a live DM, the difficulty could be amped up a bit, and would likely be much more fun. Because of this, I rate the fun at a 3. Overall, this gives Pirates of the Sword Coast Act 1 a score of 3. Needs a few improvements before I will DM it for others, and I'm looking forward to the future chapters. You have 2 hours of time. I highly recommend downloading it and checking it out. Once you do, don't forget to rate it and give the author feedback. I'll post a link to the official forum post in the description box below. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and will go check out The Pirates of the Sword Coast by Amurai Westgate. Also, if you've written a module and you'd like me to review it in a future video, go over to the Sword Coast Legends forums and create a topic describing your module. I'll put a link to the Looking for Adventure area in the description box below. Be sure to include a nice description of what I'll be getting myself into, including the recommended level and an estimated completion time. Once you've done that, come back here and post a link in the comments below. And don't forget to keep on creating.